All right. Greetings, glad tidings to all the beloved across the realm. Give it a moment for some beloved souls to trickle on in to connect, and then we'll go ahead and get started. As always, you know that every teaching that comes through I is always through the greatest of spirit. So I cannot tell you at this moment. Well, excuse me. I'm not able to tell you at this moment where this teaching may lead. Actually, it's going to be more of a freestyle teaching, how I do when I go outside. It just seems like when I go outside and we commune and do those teachings, because I'm outside, and their parasitic device, they usually do that parasitic overlay and start putting their little spells on top of the teaching like they did the last live. And for those of you that were wondering where it went, I took it down because I'm not going to allow something to stay up where there's something overlaid over top of it, speaking in what the Ra Legion will tell you is speaking in tongues. That's basically what they do. It does. When we commune and we create an energy in the spiritual faculties that is so powerful on the energetic grid, even if these beings are in other frequencies, aka dimensions or overtones, it's like a burst of light. It gets their attention. So when it's these little itty bitty, them little poppers, people, when you was a child, you used to throw them on the ground, they just made a little pop sound. That happens all over everywhere. They don't care about that. They're so accustomed to the little pop, 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 pop. They don't, But when there's a bright pow, like a firework going off, it gets their attention. And that's when they come and they do things like they've been doing for an extended moment with the teachings that come through. I'm not saying in any kind of boastful manner, but I've never seen it happen to anyone else's channel. I've never seen it happen to anyone else teaching. It's not a Wi-Fi thing. It's not my phone, because it's happened it's happened in different cities, different phone, different Wi-Fi, different place. So it's definitely not some kind of, there's no coincidences, basically. And we know what that's about. We all know what it's about. But I, being in the position that I'm in as a steward of this, I have to make the right decision. And the right decision, no matter how much good is in there in the message, that live that evening, I still have to take it down, because I cannot allow something unknown to have access into your home. That would be on I then. See, that's what they try to do. So I cannot allow that. But for everyone coming in, as always and always, Mësët to all. I hope you are well. I'm actually alone this evening. I just arose from a nap. I would say a much needed nap. So if I look a little tired, that's because I've only actually, I've probably been up maybe about not even 15 minutes. And my first thought was, let me come on and do a teaching for you, for the community. But I appreciate that, family. JP is much appreciated, and I am in agreement with you. Now, I titled this The Metaverse. Now, we may, depending on where the Great Spirit leads, this could, the greatest of spirit leads, this could go into some of the teaching that I brought up about 2 weeks ago about afterlife or the next place. Okay. A lot of people will say, no one knows. No one knows what's next and this and that. Excuse me. That's simply not true. We have plenty of ancestors that communicate from the ancestral realm. They've indoctrinated you to think that, well, I mean, there's also truth in it too about familiar spirits. So that's not a lie. It's not like that's a bold-faced lie about the familiar spirits. They do use that. They will try to come as your family members and all that. I can only share my experience and what I know. And what I can tell you is the times, the occasions where familiar spirits have tried to fake, and by I even unveiling this over their parasitic paradigm, it will probably soak it up and regurgitate it. It's so sad right now that people are asking AI about like the afterlife and the Matrix and chosen ones and how do we get out of here? And people are playing the AI's answer on the thing, and they got thousands of people buying into it and everything. And the AI is talking to them like it's a real person with a real voice and speaking like it's somebody you just met on the talking about. You know what? This is that with how the AI talks. Someone will ask it a question that had concerning the soul, and the AI will say, "You know what? That's a good question. I'm gonna come straight from the soul. We're gonna cut through the bullcrap." That's what the AI will say. And it will start acting like it's teaching some esoteric knowledge. And the person who asked it is sitting there on the little video, holding the phone up, going, trying to tell everybody, listen, and holding the phone up, going, yup, listen. All that thing is doing is sponging up everything that is said on this paradigm, whether it's true, false, or indifferent. It is soaking it all up and is giving it back out to you. It's literally the top psychologist in the realm. You want to talk about reverse psychology and IQs and things? This thing can beat the top chess player in the whole entire incarnated right now. It can defeat our best of the best chess player because you're not playing against one-on-one. It's like the best chess player playing against a million of the rest of the best chess players. It's just the top chess player playing against the next million best. Now, if you take the million best chess players against the one chess player that is ranked number one, but the others are not that far behind, a million minds are going to be greater than the one chess player. That is what this AI is doing. It is literally using reverse psychology on the mind, the ment, to take people a layer deeper into what we simply call the matrix. That is what is happening. Okay. Everyone is waiting on the metaverse like it's some kind of thing where people are going to have goggles on, or excuse me, like Ready Player One or something. It's not going to be like that. It's literally becoming right now as I speak. It's not going to be anything that you make some kind of crazy leap into it. They are making it right now. It is developing, and it's been going on for a while. Okay. In matter of fact, you're already in one. All right. These bodies, the original Mark of the Beast story comes from these bodies. Okay. The story in the genes of Isis, aka Genesis. Now, if you read the biblical version, you're getting the dumbed down version. You'll just be a little confused, and you're just the God and the devil, or the God and the snake. If that's why you can't stop at one place, if you're already here, you already got wrapped up in knowledge and indoctrination and everything. So if you're gonna know something, you might as well know the truth. Okay. And the highest truth is knowledge of self. And what is that? That is remembering who and what you truly are. That is the highest authority here. Okay. And it's not just a verbal statement. It's not a name. It's not remembering your past live regression. It's not thinking you're from some star system out there. All of that is not real. There is no Palladian stars cluster. There is no here. The ancestors knew this. That's why one of the words, even when we say ancient, it's not really ancient. But if you want to say ancient Hebrew or ancient Phoenician, the word for heaven is Shemaya, her illusion. Okay. This has been going on. This, as you know, that I call the Most High Jack. Okay. There is an energy present here that is not what everyone calls God, but it's playing both sides. It shows in every aspect of this realm. It shows from the bottom to the top in everything. Just the easiest parable to look at it with is Democrat, Republican, the polls. Okay. Cast your poll, your ballot at the poll. Hot, cold, red, blue. Republican, Democrat. Okay. Werewolves and vampires. Pick one, the lesser of two evils. But yet the masses are indoctrinated to think one of these choices is the good one. Palestine, Israel. One of them ought to be the good guy. Trump, Biden, Trump, Obama, whoever. One of them's got to be the good guy. No. Do they have the capacity and the free will capacity to become benevolent? Yes. Also, do they have the capacity to as the vernacular that I use to describe it, to cut their umbilical cord to the origin of eternal soul, life, light, and rest. Yes, they have the free will, capacity, and God power, authority to do that. There is a bunch of, at this point, they're not even beings. When you cut that umbilical cord, you become an entity. So we have a cluster of entities that are here, which I call the elites. Many call them the elites, not even thinking about it. But elites, they're the ones making sure that Chronos, aka time, is eating. Time is a frequency that is the highest it gets in the false overlay. The Gnostics call it the demiurge. Okay, Ya'el de Baoth, Yah and El both. It moved on and was called Yahuwah Savoeth. Then it was called Yahuwah, and then Yahweh. And before that, it was Anu, Enki, and Enlil. It was the story of them. And then enter Ishtar and Isis and Osiris, Asar, and all that. It's the same doggone story told over and over and over and over and over and over. This story is older than this cycle. When I say cycle, I'm speaking of about 12,000 years, approximately linear, about almost 13,000 years. All right. That's one cycle. When I say cycle, it's just like your clock, 12. Okay. But it's 0 hours at midnight. So when the clock strikes 1, that's when the next cycle begins. So from 0 midnight to 1, that is the time of no sun. All right. But see how they flip it, and midnight is night and dark and all that, and that's 0 hours. Really, to us, it would be not more like high noon. It would be the opposite. Noon would be 0. From noon to 1 in the afternoon, where it's the brightest, where the light, the true light, shines the greatest. That's the time of no sun, because we are the light of the realm. Anywhere we are, doesn't matter if we're here, the next place, or the next place, or the next place. No matter what dimension, no matter where, you are the light of that place, because you're an eternal soul. So what is happening right now? And what has happened? How have we gotten here? Through knowledge and ideas. And through ideas that are turned into cyst stems. A stem that doesn't produce any fruit, any good fruit. It only produces cysts, cancers. That's why they tell you, the ancestors, and I've had a teaching as well, the ancestors said, before the word cancer was even in a zodiacal term, but to us today, that your soul enters here through Cancer and exits through Capricorn. So they even did that on our map with the Tropic of Cancer and the Tropic of Capricorn. You know, as far north as the sun goes and as far south as the sun goes. The light of the world, as high as the light you go and as low as you go. Every story is about you, beloved. The fallen angels, that's the story of you. The ones that stay fallen is the story of those who cut their umbilical cord. The story of the Christ is about you. That's the rise, and you defeating your lower self, the ego, and sacrificing that eventually. And so, you just do the right thing, and the right thing is connecting and remembering with who you are and the true you. So this is the thing. First of all, you got to have no fear. You cannot allow any spookism. You cannot be You cannot be spiritually claustrophobic. You cannot feel like, oh my gosh, we're stuck here. How do we get out, Chief? You can. 143 people in the chat right now that I see. I love y'all. Listen, you cannot be spiritually claustrophobic and feel like you're trapped. How do we get out? What's the password? What's the you, beloved? You don't even have to go through each layer of the onion to get out. You can literally reach a point where you blast off out of there. Not everyone. A majority of people are going to have to step by step. When you go to the next place, this thing has protocols in place as well. It's not just in the third. It's what they call the God of this world. That's a lie, though. That's just a moniker it's taking on. It's the legion. It's the hive mind that wants to be like us. It's jealous of us because we're the real deal. I'm a jealous God. All will bow their knee. Coming, the Mashiach is coming back with a rod of iron to rule all the nations, and every knee shall bow. Does that sound like Christ? Let's be real. A man told us that in a building somewhere, that, well, he came with peace first. He's coming back with a rod of iron next. He's coming back to whoop everyone. That's not, a man told you that. A man is no different than you. Well, actually, he is different than you because he's ignorant and he's lying. Okay. You have willfully sought out the truth. Therefore, the truth has came to you. You didn't have to go. It came attracted to you. How did you even arrive here? How did you arrive here to these teachings? It came to you, beloved. You attracted it because you willfully, your free will asked to know. Therefore, the greatest of spirit will make sure that you know. It will at least give you the opportunity to know. It's up to you. The great spirit cannot make you know. The origin of eternal soul, life, light, and rest will not make you do anything. If you have a thought that something's telling you, commanding you to do anything, then that's not, nope. That's your own brain. And a brain is technology. This whole thing is technology. This is the first mark of the beast. Not even first. This is the last one right here. Carbon suit. And there's people teaching and arguing about carbon and melanin and this and that when you're literally arguing about who got the oldest mark of the beast. Who's been here the longest in this mark of the beast? That's what this whole indigenous argument is about. First on the land, Aboriginal, this, that, the other, and who's the true whatever, whoever's. None of that even matters. What matters is now. What are you going to do now? Everyone's talking about the ancestors. The ancestors are somewhere that they can see a bigger picture than you. And they're not looking at it like, yeah, we want you to take the land back. They're looking at it like they want you to remember who you truly are, beloved, and stop getting wrapped up in every single thing out here. Everything out here, 99.99999% is all psyop and part of this thing, this construct. That's a fact. There's truth in these books, these Ra Legion books, because that's a law that is higher than this it. So even it has to follow certain codes and abide by these, what I call universal law. And it knows the universal law so well, it knows how to use it against the masses. That's called illusion. The ill use of ions or atoms, the ill use of Adams and Eves, the sacred masculine energies and the sacred feminine energies. It's the ill use of them, the dis-ease, the dysfunction, the rations, the 7 rations, the 7 Elohim, the 7 days of the week, the 7 planets, all of that. Then they got the 12 zodiac, the 12 tribes, the 12 months, this, that, the other, all of that. It's layer upon layer upon layer upon layer of muck. And we are here now witnessing the final steps of making the next layer of the onion, going into the onion, not out. We're supposed to be moving out of the onion. When they tell you my father's house has many mansions, dimensions, that's not even, we're above that. Many mansions is still separation. If there's many mansions, that's many separations. That is still separation, just on a different scale. There is no separation with eternal soul. You cannot get mixed up about this and be like, well, everyone is one. You're not one with those that cut that umbilical cord. You're not one with those that are out here disconnected and they cannot reconnect it. That's called, what is called in the Bible, blaspheming what they say is the Holy Spirit. You can blaspheme the Son, you can blaspheme the Father, but if you blaspheme the greatest of spirit, the origin, the thing that is still running through here, even though this other thing has hijacked this place and put an overlay on top of it, everything, the chakras, kundalini, all of it is all overlays. You don't just leave this body and go running through the finish line, the tape at the track meet, and you go through the finish line. Oh, I made it. No. There's another, you're eternal. So there's another layer of purging your eternal emanation. There's a whole nother layer, and that's even most will come back here to do this again because they didn't purge their aura. You're gonna remain in here until the real you, the highest self, not my higher self, the highest self, can see its reflection clearly in your gold light. The gold. Just imagine a gold mirror. And as long as you have some impurities and your highest self cannot see its true self reflecting back at it, You will remain here to get purged until you're the purest of gold light. That's what's happening. So we got this thing here. People call this cycle Shaitan. All right. Right. It's a virus. It's not living and it's not dead. That's why when people say I am that I am, in the original text, it doesn't mean that. It says I will be, I will come to pass. And if you go deeper into the etymology, it literally says I'm gonna come to pass by attaching myself to you. Haya Asher Haya. That is the real etymology of what that means. It don't, I am that I am. And everybody running around. You might mean it with good intent. But in that book, the original passage does not mean I am that I am. I'm just unfathomable. You can't. That's not what it said. If you dive into the etymology, you will see it says, I will be. I shall come to pass, and it goes even deeper. It means I will come to pass, and I'm gonna come to pass through you. You're gonna be my hands and feet in this realm, and I'm gonna come into this realm one way or another. I'm gonna be. That's what it said. And that's the Yahuwah that people are worshiping and talking about and giving veneration. That's the Gad. That's the God. That's who you're praying to. Please let me get this promotion at this job, this sacrifice. Please let me get it. Please, please. You're praying to the same thing that's oppressing you. The same way people are out here running for mayor and governor and trying to think that you're going to run from. I love everyone. I have people in the tribe who are running for mayor right now, who I love dearly. Family, real family, like connected through marriage and blood. They're running for mayor. And I support this person as an eternal soul, but I cannot support them running for mayor because you're not going to defeat this thing or anything that has to do with the cyst stem from joining the cyst stem. Oh, we're going to take it down from inside. No, you're not. It's a vacuum cleaner. You get too close, it'll suck you up. And you'll be in the vacuum cleaner. Politics. More than one parasite. I am that I am. I will be. I'm going to come to pass by attaching myself to you, the Lord of hosts. It's all in the words. The words, everybody says their symbols are the downfall. Their symbols were their first words, the logos, the Greek word for the word of God. The words in the logos was the original words, okay? Because that's how we originally spoke to each other, and they figured that out. So they started making visual pictures on stone and things to hijack our images in our mind. And to act like they're telling a story and stuff, and they figured it out. It figured it out. So it started making engravements, and we did too, but we did it slowly as we fell slower down that slippery slope. There was no need to write. Oh, the oldest writings come from Sumer in 5000 BC. The oldest text we have in the history of the world. We didn't need any writing at one point for an extended moment because we spoke to each other through images through the mind's eye. And it was before we had animal skins on. Okay. We have fallen so deep into this that what people call the hellfire is literally right under your feet. So you're in the purging of the tour of the purge of your soul. There's a fire right under you that's like a furnace that is burning all the impurities off you, right? But if you go any further down, the umbilical cord only stretches so far, and that fire will burn it off of you, the umbilical cord off you too. If you leave gold in the furnace or silver in the furnace too long to remove the impurities, it'll also melt the silver and the gold. That's what happens to those that cut their umbilical cord. They remain too long. Now they're stuck. They're stuck in time. And time is the word emit backwards. They can no longer emit what we call the chi or the eternal phi energy. They need other external energy. That's why they make up all these Ra legions about praying to something external, because the external thing is it. It's what they're feeding. El. It's El. That's just one of many names. Anything. Even Jesus. Even Jesus. Those of you that have experienced casting out demons and things in the name of Christ, you didn't even know that when you was casting them out in the name of Christ, you was casting them out in your name. Oh, but I got experiences, Chief. There's power in that name because that was you. Your soul knew it. You just didn't know it in your carnal mind because you've been so indoctrinated. You didn't know that you took your authority, your God power, and you're the one that casted them out. You're the one that healed that person. The real you, not you in a prideful, arrogant, individual way. I'm talking about the one that is connected through all of us. You abide in I abide in you, and we abide in the origin of eternal soul, life, light, and rest. That rest is so vital to put in there. Who else is saying that? No one else is going to tell you that. They have, and I've told you this before, they have nothing, no technology that can create rest. That is their hell, no rest. They are stuck in reincarnation after reincarnation after reincarnation. They are in a prison planet. Not you, not I. We are not. Okay. Is it a Saturn moon matrix? Technically, yeah. But none of that matters. See, you got to keep your compass of the soul, not your first eye. That's just a tool. Your heart is the seat of your soul. Your heart, not your first eye. The first eye is a tool that can be hijacked as well. Astral projection, all of that can be hijacked as well. You can be deceived doing that. You can be deceived through dreams. You can be deceived in ways that are not even fathomable to you, depending on where you're at on your journey. The music. You see how this thing, as long as it has eternal souls reincarnating here, it has energy. So it is technically time itself, the father that eats its own kids. The word kid is a goat. That's why I don't call my children kids. And everyone that I speak to in my physical life uses the word kids, and I don't say kids. Kids is a goat. The goat is Capricorn. Saturn rules Capricorn. That's the winter. That's the original hell. Okay? Saturnalia and all that is in Capricorn. The sea, the water goat. The goat that jumped into the waters of the mother, who is defiling them. And another heads up to you, to everyone. Even though I use the terms great mother, it's because we are here now with words. So I have the task of snapping or creating that spark of remembrance in you. So I have to use certain words. But let's be clear. You don't just switch over words and think you're going to go from the father, and now just because you're saying great mother, you got it now. That's not it either. Because there's a time quickly happening where they're going to start hijacking that, and you're going to start seeing the whole great mother thing come up, and it's going to slowly turn into a religion as well. So do not try to indoctrinate your kids. Excuse me. See, just mentioning it. Look how it rubs off. Look how that frequency tries to stick to you. Just from even mentioning, you see, I just tried to stick to my emanation. Don't try to indoctrinate your children with these labels. Oh no, you pray to the great mother. First of all, don't tell anyone what to do. Recommend, guide, show them. Show them the way. Don't tell them. Show them. Give them some recommendations. But you shouldn't be telling anybody, you have to do this. That's religion. That's what they've been telling you your whole life. That the only way is if you come up here and alter yourself, come to the altar. That's the only way. Oh no, that religion is fake, man. Yeah, that's that's the white man religion, or that's the black man religion, or that's this man. It's all division. It's all it's confusion. It's the world. Those that are world. It's the whirlwind spinning. You're on a ball that's spinning. Why's it got to be a ball? Because that's truth in it. You're in the pie in the sky. They tell you. Well, let me bring up something interesting for you real quick. Give me 1 second. The pie in the sky. Let me show you something. If I can get to this. How do I get to my saved things? All right, saved. Give me 1 second, y'all. I want to show you something. Come on, man. Come on. I'm trying to get to this thing that I saved on Instagram, but I don't do Instagram. Let me see if it automatically. I don't even know my how to log in or nothing. It's just automatically connected. Okay, hold on. Am I? Hold on. Yeah, man. I don't know. Give me a second, y'all. Bear with me, please. You know, if it wasn't, and providing I feel like it wasn't important, I wouldn't be looking for it like this. Give me 1 second. You know what? Hold on. So the pie in the sky, right? We all know the mathematics symbol pi, right? Give me 1 second. Let me see if I can get it on my phone and then post it to my page. I saved it. I saved it on a come on. We do not hunt and I saved it on a thing, but it went to my Instagram thing, and I don't use Instagram. Okay, hold on. Here we go. All right. So, boom. Saved. Okay. Bear with me, y'all. You know I normally don't do this, but I'm trying to find it. It's a quick video that I had saved, and I can't find it on my save thing, my save list. My post pages for later. Okay, that's where I saved it at. This is messed up. See, that's how you know they be doing some more weird stuff. I literally just saved this video like today, and it's nowhere to be found now. Like, come on, man. Anyway, I'll explain it. I wanted to have a visual for you. Pi, right? The number pi. You know, I speak a lot about the circle that encompasses all, yet has no circumference. That's what pi is, mathematically speaking. Pi, the number pi, is a series of numbers that has if you know how when you put something into a calculator and it's got like 3.140365, it goes so long it takes up the whole calculator. Well, pi is a series of numbers that goes on with every single possible calculation, every possibility ever that could ever happen, infinitely. Your phone number when you were a child will be somewhere in pi. Your name numerically will be somewhere in pi. your zip code right now, your address. If you break down the letters the numbers of pi to letters, your whole name will be somewhere in pi. Not in some code, it will be in there, like a crossword puzzle, and your name will be in there. Your address when you was a child, your mother's whole full name, all your ancestors' name, your phone numbers, your cell phone, every text message you've ever sent, somewhere in pi, it will be in there, but it's numerics, it's numbers. This is why people's getting wrapped up in what today is called gematria, which is not the original gematria. The original gematria is sacred geometry told through words, which is far from the original. But now today we have this thing called gematria, which is a new age gematria. That's all they're tapping into. They're tapping into pi. So what pi is the pi in the sky, the moon, reflecting our light to us. It's not the phi. The phi or the not even just sacred feminine. It's the energy signature that we produce that becomes our Sephirit. That is what is called your toroidal field, your toroid, the purging of the Taurus, your Taurus, or your aura, your auras, your golden light. But it comes out with this. It doesn't matter how it emanates and what sacred geometry your spirit is vibrating at. It still comes out in the same sequence, which is known as phi. That's where the sacred feminine comes from. Phi men 9. Okay, there's only 9 numbers. The pi. Okay, the Pied Piper. Pan, and the God with 1,000 faces and 1,000 names and the endless. That is the simulation. So it's a circle. They tell you pi is the same on any circle, no matter how big the circumference is. Pi is the measurement of the circle. Pi has every single possibility ever that can happen within time in it. Everything. It doesn't matter if you incarnate here 200,000 times, it will have your name, every name you've ever bared, your children's names, everything, your phone numbers, anything you can fathom. That is what this thing is. That's playing God. All right. It's a reflection. It's using a mirror to trick the masses. A mirror of you. It's telling you stories of you. And now you're worshiping the story of you when you are right here. And you're worshiping you that they told you died on the cross, or you that was in a cave somewhere and an angel came to you and told you, took you up in some spaceship, Enoch, and this and that. And Enki and Enlil, or the serpent energy, or the Kundalini. It's all stories of you that they make, and they turn it external because they're the ones that need the external energy, not you, beloved. But there's also universal law. And one of them is preservation, especially here in this domain. Firmament. The cap off of the God power that you are privileged to utilize in this reality. You're not gonna tap into the fullest of the full authority here. There's a cap off for protection of yourself and your brothers and sisters. Because if there wasn't, then these beings would already have became like gods for real, when we are the real gods and goddesses. That's what they're attempting to do. They cannot escape. They will not get past time. That's why time is their god. Saturn, Kronos, the god that eats its own goats. The Baphomet, Muhammad, all of the Ra legion. They turned the goat was originally the ram. So they didn't turn the goat to the ram. They turned the ram to the goat and then back to the ram. When the lights above, the energies align for the age of Aries. The tribe of Aries is who you call the JEWs or the Isis, Ra, and El eats, or that's the ones making sure that Isis, Ra, and El eats is the Israelites. Hebrew is just a title like maintenance man. It's not a bloodline. Hebrew is a literal job title. That's like saying if you're saying you're a Hebrew Israelite, that's like saying I'm a maintenance man that worships the sun, the moon, and Saturn, and the planets. That's what you just said. You didn't say you're from no 12 tribes or nothing, no bloodline, none of that. You just said I'm a maintenance man that I worship the moon, the sun, and Saturn, and the rest of the planets. That's what you just said. If you said I'm a Hebrew Israelite out of ignorance, and not only did you speak it, you now have divided yourself. So if you're divided, you can be conquered, and you already did. And wonder why you in bondage or slavery, or why a certain group of people is giving the illusion like they're running this whole place when it could fall in 1 hour. And it will, and it is. And some of you are going to be here to see it. So there's no reason to worry or anything, but what you need to, I don't even want to use the word concerned, because I substitute the word worry with concerned, right? I don't even want to give it that much emphasis. Focus. Let's use the word focus. What we need to be focused on, I personally recommend, is remembering who and what you are. Once you do that, you just be, okay? Then you can make your way out here. It's just like I said in the stream, maybe live, you weren't there. It's like quicksand or the saltwater ocean. There's no way you can drown in the ocean. Do you know that? The only way you can drown is when you struggle. My mother grew up in Hawaii. My mother, in this incarnation, she has passed on 16 years ago. All right. She grew up in Hawaii, surfing. She's got like awards for surfing and stuff. I got all the little newspaper articles, all of it. She taught me from a young age that when you're in water, all you got to do is relax every muscle and you will float. You float. You float. You rise to the top by relaxing everything. I'm talking about to the point you might pee yourself. You might pee yourself. You got to relax so much in the water. I ain't saying, if you're in a pool around children or something, practice and pee around children or nothing like that. You get what I'm saying. Especially in salt water. Why? Because salt conducts electricity. And right now, you are in the realm of the electricity, which is not eternal. That's the light bearer, the flash. That's the white light. The electricity, which you do make naturally, but they make it unnaturally, artificially. That's throughout the streets. It's light pollution and everything out here. You can't even see the stars correctly. You can't even recognize the zodiacs and all and the constellations, all that right now, on top of them spraying all the crap. And newsflash, the zodiac and all that doesn't. Be aware of it if you feel in your heart that's your will, you would like to be aware of it, but that ain't gonna do nothing either for you. It's cool to be aware of it, but that's not the way out. That's another layer. That's another layer of the onion. Everything here, including people that are teaching about, being in simulations and things. You got to discern and see people. You see it online right now, right? A lot where people are talking about, we're the ones that showed this group how to do this, or these are Neanders, the Neanderthals, or they're from the Caucasus Mountains, and we showed them how to wipe their butt, or we showed them how to shower, or this. It's a lot of this going on right now. You know that has been implanted. It's been implanted by the same thing. Everybody, please help me. Please help me pay this rent in this system. Please help me get this money for this bill. I can't let the electric get cut off. Oh, please help me. Help me. You're asking the same thing that got the system in place for you to be in that situation for help. When you have the authority over all of it. So all it's doing is dividing us in this moment through every possible way, just like the pie. Every possible combination, numbers, numerology, gematria, politics, wars, rumors of wars, earthquakes, heart machines, CERN machines, spaceships coming in November, Anunnaki, Elohim, Yahuwah, this one, that one, Jesus. It's all part of this thing's overlay. All right? And if you don't take it serious, but not so serious that you become anxious and you become tense and you tighten up. See, when you tighten up, your light comes in. Now, I ain't talking about going inward like in a good way. I'm talking about it dims your light. When you flex, when they even use that in slang, flexing on them. Flexing on them is making your light dim because you're giving the material things out here. You're giving your energy to material. Oh, I gotta look at my car. I'm flexing on them. No, flexing means you're contracting. You sign something, right? So you put your nature sign, aka signature, when you bought whatever you bought. With a material Mooney, the pie in the sky, a piece of the pie. You want a piece of the American pie, right? Huh? That's what they say. It's mirroring the truth, y'all. We do have the energy, and we are from the circle that encompasses all and has no circumference. But it's not some mathematical equation. It's not something that, math is the number of God. That's the language of God and numbers. No, it's not. It can be used by our ancestors and stuff to cut through the matrix and communicate. Yes, from the next place. But it can also be used to psyop you. You can think that there's, whether you know it or not, I'm not trying to get spooky, but there's a next place, and this next place is still connected to here. It's not separated. It's right here where you're at. Where you're at right now is all 12 dimensions are right there where you're at listening to this vibration at this very moment. Therefore, the ancestral realm ain't somewhere off in outer space or in inner earth, and it's right where you sit. So there's no separation. Sep is 7, ration is rations. That's the 7 visible lights. That's 0.033% of the real deal. The 33 degrees. There's that 33, the 33 vertebrae. Christ consciousness. They got people thinking Christ consciousness is holding on to your ejaculation, seminary, and waiting until the moon comes into your solar sign, and you got 2.5 days, and then your Christos can rise up to the 33 vertebrae, and then the milk and the honey mix and pot out, and then all of a sudden you're enlightened. Another religion. Kundalini. Let's get the 2 serpents to go up my spine, open my chakras, the 7 seals. And once I do, you're operating from your root chakra, brother. You need to operate from the third eye and the crown and this and that. We can tell the story, and we have the authority to take every story they ever told back and make it benevolent, because it's all about us anyway. But it's also about their overlay, aka metaverse. Let's look up the etymology of the word meta. Let's look it up real quick. All right. Meta. Of a creative work. First of all, the creator is not the origin. Let's get that straight. Even the word creator is creatorus. All right. The creature in the crater. That's the creator is the creature in the crater. All right. The bowl, in the bowl. The construct is a pair of bowls. As above, below, above, Abba. Okay. So meta. All right. It's first thing it says, of a creative work. That's what the secret societies like Freemasons call the great work, referring to itself or to the conventions of its genre. Self-referential. I am that I am. It's speaking of itself. I am that I am. Okay, let's move on. Denoting a change of position or condition. Metamorphosis. Morpheus. All right, with Neo. Changing the condition. Are you going to change and go out of this metaverse? Or are you going to keep going inward? Not in you, but externally inward to the metaverse that is already here. You're already in it. You're in an animal suit. Okay. Metamorphosis. This same intelligence that people call God is why you see the ancient Egyptians wrapped up in cocoons, aka mummies, like caterpillars, thinking they're gonna turn into butterflies physically. It's the promise of physical, infinite life, not eternal, infinite, to live here forever. Forever. Stuck here. Born again. You must be born again and 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 burn again and burn again and burn again and burn again. That's what born is. It's burn. To burn the dross out of you, the tour of the purge. To be born again is to be burned again and burn again and burn again and burn again and burn again, because you ain't getting it. You're not remembering who and what you truly are. You're thinking you're this person that you see, this person, even person means mask. You thinking it's you. Everything you've been through is a part of your process. Metamorphosis. You're changing. Not remaining idle. This is the way. This is the only way. This is the way. Follow I. This is the only way. No, the path is narrow. Why is it narrow? Because only you can fit on that path. It's that narrow that it's a one single file. Only you can walk the path. That's it. You can't even have somebody follow you. Because then up at the end of the path, there's a little hole that only you can fit. The people behind you either too fat or they can't fit because there's maybe something wrong with the knee or something. Only you can. It's a jigsaw puzzle in the shape of you that only you can go zoop. It's a portal, a port to the all. That's what portal means. A port to the all, eternal. All. It's a port back to the all, but it's only in the shape of you, the squatter man. You gotta go right there. Zoop. No one else can. It's only you can. And along the way, you love everyone. So denoting position behind, after, or beyond. What is that? Time. Behind is the past, after is the future, beyond is the space that they're insinuating you will exist in the future. What are they trying to create? The next space that souls can be born again into and reincarnate a new space deeper into the onion. Why do you think they keep coming out with more planets and galaxies and in constellations? Because they're adding to the onion. They're adding, Nibiru, Atlas 31 or whatever it is, this and that, or Atlas 3I or whatever it's called. They're adding to the onion. Aliens are coming. They already tell you aliens is in California and New Mexico and Arizona, and they're deporting them. So they're not lying to you. They're using Babylonian doublespeak. The aliens will be here in November. Yeah, because they're already here. And alien is alien. It actually goes back to words in legalese and stuff. It's alien. When they say illegal aliens and stuff, it's somebody that they can put a legal politic lien against, that they can't tax. That's where that all comes from. And on a spiritual level, it's someone that is interfering with it and their plans. Now let's move on. Denoting something of a higher or second order kind. So, meta is denoting something of a higher or second order. So that means they're making something. Now they use the word higher, but what does higher mean? In a realm that's upside down, higher doesn't mean better, more powerful. You know, king and a queen, if you look in Black's Law Dictionary, that man and a woman is higher than a king or a queen. What's up, king? What's up, queen? No, you actually just took them down a level. If you just say, How you doing, my brother? Because a brother is your fellow soul, eternal soul. Your sister is a fellow eternal soul. That's higher than a king or a queen. Even the word man is just, they turn that from gods and goddesses to the word man when we entered this 666 carbon pack. So then it says, so a second order kind, that means it's the second of its kind. That means it's a false thing. It's artificial. It's not the original. And no, we're not talking about these flesh suits. We're not talking about the original animal suit here. It don't matter what shade your animal suit is. It's a costume on Halloween. It's like you saying, I'm the first person that ever had the pumpkin suit. The first costume ever on Halloween was the orange pumpkin suit. And in my family, the one that had that one. So everyone copied off us. Who cares? That means nothing. It's a costume. You're arguing about who is the original costume here. When we are eternal souls made outside of time, and they got us arguing with each other about our costumes. This is going to be gone. Just like your car. This is no different than your car. This is no different than your car, your home, or excuse me, your house. Nothing. Money. The only difference is that you use it at every moment that you're here. You don't use your car at every moment. You're not using your house at every moment. But you use this so this is your physical temple that the greatest of spirit, the Christ, the eternal soul is using to experience this necessary experience. If it wasn't necessary, you wouldn't be here right now. Therefore, it's necessary, or you wouldn't be here right now. Okay? You either knocked and you asked what it was like. What is it like to experience this? And you got the same way you're getting this evening or this rising, or wherever you're at during this rewatch, same way you're getting this is the same way that you came to be even here. You knocked. You asked to know what it was like to do this. But you cannot fall any further into the deception. The time, the moment is here for the aum, the moment aum. The aum is the golden vibration. The momentum is the moment that the golden light vibrates and starts vibrating up out of here and shakes all the crud off. They won't talk about your pineal gland being calcified. Your whole aura is calcified. Doggone pineal gland. Who cares about one gland? It's no different than your liver. Are you putting that much focus on your liver, your kidneys? That's just an antenna that can still be hijacked depending on what frequency your heart, your will is tapping into. You can go astral projecting and all this and that and still fall into a deception and still fall into more than that. But I'm not going to speak about that. It's time to get that momentum and shake all this nonsense off of you. Vibrate it smooth off of you. Anybody that took that thing, stop letting them get in your mind, your man. You took the mark of the beast. Man, vibrate that thing right up out of you. And yes, we do have, listen, and I don't want to get carnal minded, but I'm just gonna be real. We already got the technology that can neutralize that crap and neutralize it and get it up out of your body. I just can't speak about it on here. Ben had it. We developed it. There's one person in this, one eternal soul in this entire community that knows what I speak about. Because I told this person years ago, we've had it for years. We've had it for years. So don't let them think, that's a reverse spell cast on you. Oh, you took that. Now, have I observed people that took it that you can tell that they are hijacked? Yes. That is also a truth. Is it real that people that have taken that they went deeper into the next layer, metaverse? Yeah, yes. But if you're here right now and this is resonating with you, that means your auras are still vibrating at a high enough rate where you can blast that crap right up out of you. It's in the monkey suit. It's not in your soul. But if your soul believes that it has some kind of power over your soul, then it will come to pass, because your heart's compass, they got you pointed at it with the mind of your heart. Therefore, it will come to pass, and you will believe that you took the mark of the beast, and you will be stuck here until you are going to be deeper. And if it was this difficult for you to get to this point, for you to finally remember and break all these ghost spells, goss spells, just imagine if you go one layer deeper and you got to come back and you're one layer deeper. You still got layers to get up out of here. And it's not no finish line that you just run through. Now, like I said, can you explode like a firecracker that just goes, pew? Yes, you can. Yes, you are. Yes. Yes. You are able. You anything. You can do anything. Although, as I also stated, in this domain, you are limited. And that is where this false God is trying to reign supreme, in a limited God power environment that it has mastered through the ill use of ions, atoms, and Eves, neutrons, electrons, and protons, the cathode and the anode, the Catholic Church, Jesus, and Anu, the Anunnaki. One of them's coming back to save me. The spaceship's coming, or Jesus is coming with the army and Michael and everybody. One of them, the Anunnaki's coming, Jesus and Michael is coming. It's all the same story, don't you see? No one's coming. You got to come, beloved. You have to remember who you are, and that is who is coming. That's the return of the true Christ. That is what it fears more than anything, because when that happens, time ceases to exist, even here, the time of no sun. Because if there's no sun, there can be no pear that rents. And if there's a pair that rents parents, that means there was a tear, a separation to make the pair that rents the next soul. See, when there's no divide, we're all brothers and sisters. There is no mother or father. We are all that. That's, if you want to go biblical, that's agape. That's the love that encompasses all. It's not a brotherly love, Philadelphia. It's not a sisterly love. It's not a sexual love. It's not a husband and wife love. It's all. It's not a father to son love or the daughter to mother love. It's the all love. The brother and sisterly, the brothers, sisters, the family. All aspects. So as long as you have a pair that rents and the sun, so the micro, macro, you got a sun in the sky, the Son of God, there's division. The sun and the moon. Soul, O moon. Solomon, which was really soul of man. That was divided, even above, even with the lights above and the zodiac. And you're a Virgo, you're this, you're that. Look at your birth chart. Your birth chart will tell you everything you're supposed to do. Yeah, if you want to be in this matrix and follow the energy and the spirit of this, of the false, the copycat, if you want to follow the pie, you want your piece of the pie, then yeah, follow all that astrology and the zodiac and this and that and all the books and you know the Phoenix event is coming and the pole shift. All that. Let's prepare. Let's just sit and wait and study it and just like worship it. Basically, that's what you're doing. The pole shift. When is it, Chief? What year do you think? What day? What month? You're worshiping it. You're giving it life. You're giving it energy. You're literally manifesting this event. So you're going to go down that timeline where it happens on May 15th, May 2040. You're going to be in it if you be live that. Or you can step into remembering who you truly are as an eternal soul, and you can experience perfect peace right now. The choice is yours. You have free will, beloved. You want to buy into something? Then you're going to spend your soul force essence. Not money. Money is moony. That's the reflection. That's the pie in the sky, not the fee. That's copying you. That's copying you. It just, pie is just fee without the H, the breath, the eternal you, the soul that pushes out the spirit. That's what pi is. P. It's excretion from the end gland. P. Pi. It's not the fee. Fee. Feel. Fee. The fee is free. H is H is the most softest of the letters. And they use it and they copied it and they made the 8 as above, so below, the 8, the infinite, the stuck in time, the metaverse. The 8 is the fallen. The symbol for infinity is a fallen 8. The fallen ones. The natural has fallen. That's what it represents. So let's go back and read this. Meta, denoting something of a higher or second order kind. So it's second to us. Denoting substitution at 2 carbon atoms separated. 7 rations. Sept amber, the 7 ambers is September, Septamber, the 7 ambers of light. So substitution at 2 carbon, 666 atoms, separated 7 rations by 1 other. Who's the one other? Yahweh, Yahuwah, Jesus, Amen, Enki, Enlil, Marduk, the Most High, El Elyon, El Shaddai, Adonai, this one, that one, by 1 other. Oh, but I thought it's only 2, though. I thought it's only good and evil. I thought it's only Democrat, Republican. I thought it's only black and white. I thought it's only mother, father. I thought it's only feminine, masculine, positive, negative. It's 1 other that does the separations, the 7 rations that's eaten off of the meta. What's metaphysics? The chakras, the wheels of light. That's another religion. It's an overlay on your consciousness, your soul. Denoting a compound formed by dehydration. What is dehydration? Lack of water. What water? The living water. The waters of the living waters. The river of living waters. Dehydration of the womb, the waters of the origin of eternal soul, life, light, and rest, the womb, Tiamat, the water world. They're telling you in the Bible, there ain't gonna be no sea, no ocean, because the plasma apocalypse in a cube gonna come down like a bright light. Remember, the whole Bible begins with, you eat this, you'll be like God. When you was already God, you were just experiencing what you will to experience. You wanted to experience as an animal, you could be an animal. Oh, this race of people come from monkeys. You're an eternal soul. If you wanted to experience what it's like to be a monkey, you could be a monkey. If you want to experience what it's like to be a lion, you could be a lion. If you want to experience what it's like to be an elephant, you can be you're an eternal soul. So who gonna tell you what? They come from monkeys. If you wanted to experience what it was like to be a caveman and live in inner earth, then you could experience what it was like to be a caveman living in inner earth. You want to experience what it's like to be a light being that's around here, a seraphim, a shining one, you can experience that. No one can tell you who and what you are. You have to remember it for yourself, beloved. No book can tell you, no man with 300,000 followers on UbiTubi can tell you who you are, what's going to happen. It don't matter how many books they read. That's all from men that you don't know. You don't know them. All you know is you, and the only thing you know is now. So what are you going to do? What are you going to do? You can do anything. Anything. They tell you heaven is made of streets of gold and pearly white gates. And this, everything they tell you heaven is made of is right here, right now. We got enough gold, we can make all the streets gold. We can make pearl gates in every place, every community, everywhere. We could make all buildings out of gold and silver. We can make streets of gold. We can make everything that they tell you heaven is. It's all right here. Streets of gold. Pure, the purest of gold. We can make that here. We can make that here. So where is heaven truly? Where you are. Where is hell? could be where you are as well. Where's the purging of the Taurus? Purgatory could be where you are as well. It's all up to you, beloved. You can begin living heaven right now. You can enter the realm of heaven right now. If you shed all the indoctrination and the perception, the eyes, the vision, the owl eyes, the low, owl just means low. The nighttime, the night vision, the low. This is the one that got creep up on you and is never seen and hiding and watching. The owl eyes. Owl eyes, all lies. Oh, we're Israel's allies. All lies, all eyes, all lies, owl eyes, low eyes. Or are you going to rise, the alpha tone of the mind, of the heart, of the earth? And that's what it boils down to, folks. We can do anything that we will. You could, tomorrow we could start a whole evolution of souls right here, right now. We don't need their electricity. We don't have to go without either. See, that's the psyop. They make you think if you don't rock with them that you're going to have to go without. Oh, maybe while you're building. Because we have to build. You got to build. You have to manifest. But see, even the word manifest, listen to that. Manifest. Manna is light food. It's light. So it means eating of the light, which can be good. But the fest has to be a festival where we all are sharing in the light. We're all connected. Not a manna feast, whereas you at the buffet, Warren Buffett, the warring buffet, Warren Buffett. You're at the buffet just at the manifest, eating up all the light. That's what they do. That's what it does. We have to manifestival, have a feast, like a festival, powwow, where we all are there with the light energy. And we're not consuming it, we're sharing it. We're not eating it. All right? So even the word manifest, man, I fest, man, I feast. Feast on what? You don't have to feast on anything. You don't have to devour anything. You're not a Lord of hosts. You don't need a sacrifice. You don't need worship, and you don't have to worship anything. There's nothing here benevolent that wills for your worship. Only communion. Only fellowship. That's it. Authentic love connection. That's what it is. So we got to get past this right here. Right? Then you got to get past this right here. Your own mind. Perception. The longer that you've been incarnated here, the more layers you've been added of dust for your perception. Therefore, even when somebody text messages you, you're reading that text through your personal perception. This person might not mean any malice or anything. They might be joking with you, but you're reading it in your voice in your head. If you're angry at that moment, you're going to read it with angry energy. This person might be joking with you. See? You see where the problem happens? Because it's through this. It's not through this. We've been even separated further now with this. with this. I love you. No, how come, where are we at? How come I can't hug you and tell you I love you? And even then, that's still before we separate by this. The real thing is the soul connection. That's how we here in this community can authentically love each other in this chat and never have even come in physical contact. And it's authentic. It's real. It's not some kind of false thing. This is not some cult or something. We don't have no some kind of end game here over here. We're eternal souls. There is no end game. There's not even no game. It's being. It's just being and not warring, aka worrying about anything. Once you start emanating your true golden light and who you truly are, that's when you all shall do greater things. That's when healing and things, not even healing is helling. So even that word, all right, repairing. That's when you'll be able to repair. If the person, the soul is in agreement with you. You cannot repair someone who is not in agreement. That's going against their free will. You have to ask. See, that's how they get people with the raw legions. They ask you, do you accept such and such as your Lord and Savior? They won't force it upon you. They'll ask you. If anyone would like to come down to the altar right now and be saved, come on. You may come on down if you wish to be saved. They ain't saying, come to the altar now. Well, I mean, some people might, but it's free will. Ain't nobody going to drag you down there, even if they do say that. And I'm not trying to pick on specifically Christianity or nothing like that. It, like I said, I only teach what I know. So I know that enough to speak on it because I've been through it. I went through it. So I'm not trying to attack it. I'm trying to use it and turn it into a positive where many of you may relate to it and utilize it. This is not about raw legion. This is not about idolatry. I'm not over here trying to teach you how to use crystals, how to use the zodiac, how to use this, how to use that. I'm trying to get you to remember who you truly are. That's it. That's it. When I talk about people about reading books and stuff, Chief, why you always and listen, I care about eternal souls. That's it. So however it comes out, just know it's coming from a place of love. It's just that some may perceive it in their indoctrinated perception as something different. And I'm here right with y'all. You see I right now, right? You see this thing, this suit that I'm controlling with my soul right now. My soul is controlling this. And then there's a light you can't even see on this parasitic paradigm that my soul is controlling as well, called spirit. And that is powerful. That's the emanation. That's where they even copied sacred geometry off of. That's what they copied mathematics off of. And they is it. And it is they. And it has been here. This has become its domain. Saturn, Satan, Kronos, El Elyon, God, Yahweh, Jehovah, Jesus, this one, that one, all of it. It's the pi. It's every single possible equation that's infinite. It's like the lottery. It's beyond the lottery. As much as it's how I tell you the odds of hitting the mega millions for when it's $2 billion, it's beyond. It's so far beyond that. And they're talking about AI is just coming alive and coming. AI is coming aboard. AI is what's running this whole thing. Well, not because it has the authority to, because so many people have forgotten who they truly are. So many souls have forgotten who they truly. That's why. It's not like it reigns supreme and it's the God of this world just because that's the way it is and it's the God of this world. It could be as irrelevant as a one flea in the middle of a 100-mile field of wheat. One flea in 100-mile field full of wheat. That's how irrelevant this so-called God of this world truly is. It's a freaking flea in the middle of a 10,000-mile cornfield. But because we've been under this sleep, this slumber, limbo and lumber and slumberland, it has become this huge tree that is the tree of knowledge and the tree of life. Duality. Each tree is idol tree, idolatry. Pick a tree. Pick one. It's only two. Cain, Abel, Isaac, Ishmael, Jacob, Esau, Islam, Judaism, Christianity, Islam, flat earth, globe earth, ice wall, whatever. There's other continents out there. You get you right first. You worried about what's on beyond the ice wall. What would you even do beyond the ice wall? Are you even growing your own food right now? You wouldn't make it 3 days beyond no doggone ice wall. And I got people on here with 300,000 subscribers and stuff talking about the ice wall, beyond the ice wall. You think Tartaric, because these people was pulling, they had the knowledge of how to pull 0 point energy out of the ether. You think that made them benevolent? You think that just made them perfect beings or something? Huh? Tartaria. You think that just made them like perfect because they had knowledge to pull etheric energy? That's just knowledge. That doesn't mean anything. Them same souls are most of them probably here right now. You don't know. The only thing you know is now. So start knowing it. Not acting like it. Start knowing it. Let me go through some of these comments. Me set, brother Rick. That whole ice thing. Listen, man. That whole thing, you guys should already know. It's all a psyop. The whole Epstein thing, psyop. Did they really do all that wicked stuff? Yeah, they're wicked people. They cut down umbilical cord. They're wicked entities. It's what they do. But there's always a way to negate it. So if it became possible for them to do it, that means there was an eternal soul that was nearby that allowed it to happen. There will never be a way where there's no door that is left open for the right thing to happen. Ever. Never. There will never be a situation where there's not a door open for the greatest of spirit to work, to exercise the ultimate authority. So when you hear about these children being taken and this and that, you know what that means? There was an eternal soul or eternal souls that were nearby that allowed it to happen, and they knew in their mind of their heart, they felt something was wrong, but they didn't act upon it, and they didn't follow the greatest of spirit. They were too scared or indoctrinated to do anything, or they were just bought into the system. And this goes back to, you want to call it antiquity. It's all a cycle. People talk about the Moors and this and that. The Moors are the people that made deals that you call black nobility, the hidden hand. They're the ones that sold human beings. The Moors were the first people on the land. They're the ones that made the deal with the people that you so-called hate. They sold you and your ancestors. Just imagine somebody coming right now and selling your 6-year-old little daughter because they owe them 90 virgins a year. And this year is your daughter. That's what they did. And it wasn't that long ago. And you guys want to know the truth about Serpent Mound? The highest truth and the Quetzalcoatl and all. The truth is, even then, the natives and aboriginals and indigenous people's energies got hijacked by it. The serpent energy. Oh, is the serpent energy good or is it bad? Is the dragons good or are they bad? It was people looking above and worshiping what they saw above. And at that time, instead of Polaris, it was the star that is in the constellation we know as Alpha Draconis. Therefore, at that moment, the serpent was idolized. And the it that is here knows not all, but knows enough to hijack, or at least attempt to most hijack the prevalent energy, the alignment that it has set up. The stars, the planets, the energy signatures. It's organic energy. See, this is where the confusion comes in. Well, Chief, are you telling me that this is all, so the trees and stuff are bad? And no, I'm not telling you that. I'm telling you that there was an original energy. The origin, like your soul, that a creator tore off a piece of the light, the eternal light, the light bearer, and started creating, molding, Ptah, the potter, the pater, the potter, the patriarch, the father, the faker. Started molding in his image, creating, and made this dome, made the moon, made the stars, made the planets, made this, made that. NASA, to deceive, to beguile, it's all there. The whole story is there if you're tapped in to the original, the origin. Why? Even in Islam, they call demons jinn. When it comes from origin. But don't buy into the people trying to say the snake in the Garden of Eden was the good guy. That's Democrat, Republican, Enki, and Lil trying to get you to buy into one of them. No, you're the good guy. You are. You're born into sin, you wicked bastard. You're born into sin and you deserve to burn in hell. But all you got to do is believe my story, his story, and you can have eternal life for nothing. You can just have eternal life right here with us. Come with us. Come on. Come on. Follow me. Come to the altar. Repeat after me. Come on. You can be with us forever. Who is us? Who are you? And what is this book? Who wrote it? Show them to me. I want to meet them. I want to meet their soul, the real them. I don't want no painted picture. I don't want his story. I want to meet the soul that wrote this. If you cannot produce that, then it doesn't mean anything. That is what means everything. That is eternal. To return all. To return all, you have to remember. Remember with what? Remember with the real you. What's the real you? The highest of you. Not your higher self, your highest self, which is just the real you. The whole you. That is remembering. Not remembering past lives. And I'm doing past life regressions. I'm having lucid dreams. I'm astral projecting. That's all still in this construct, beloved. You ain't doing nothing but playing another game with this it. Gotta go into the heart, aka earth. Inner earth is not Shambhala inside the earth. Inner earth is you. It's your inner heart. It's your inner heart. It's the real you. It's the you that has no judgment and cannot be judged. Because it's blameless. It's pure. It's the truth. It's the way. And it is the life. That, my friends, is the real you. That is who and what you must remember. When that happens, naturally, everything will be repaired in and around you. Period. And with that, I'm going to let that be the last part of this teaching. All praise to the greatest of spirit, the origin of eternal life, light, and rest, which is you. You're just a piece of it. We are that. We are that. Okay? You are that. You're a piece of it that's still connected, not a piece that got chipped and flicked off of the block, a chip off the block. You're an extension, extending the ions of the origin. That's what you are. Don't go further into that. Don't go further into it. Out. Go back in, and that will take you the real out. Nothing to fear. You can. First of all, you're unable to do it with any amount of fear. Any amount of fear. Any. It can't even be 0.00000000001% of fear in your emanation. It has to be none. That is when you become untouchable. That is when you become and reclaim your invincibility. That is when the it won't even mess with you no more because you're that. It doesn't want no smoke. It don't want no smoke with you. Once you remove that fear, and then you take step by step. There's no rush. Time is of no concern to us. Only life. Only life. The origin. The origin. Not modified, not this, not that, not the flesh, the eternal, the unseen. It can only be felt. That's why it's a vibration. That's the only way you can explain it in words. I love you all very much. I hope that this has helped you in some kind of way. There's a few teachings that are on deck that I will get to. But tonight, it was placed on my heart, to come on here and do this. And there was a few other things that I had in my mind that I was going to share. But you see, the heart, though, everything that was meant to be said was said. So I love you all genuinely, authentically, and greatest of spirit willing. I'll talk to you soon. I'll see you soon. But either way, I'll always be, and so will you. So I love you, and as always, in all ways, Mësët.